Said the Lord gonna deal with you for that shit. He mad. He mad as hell about that swag, man. I need to read that nigga some scriptures. Read him a few scriptures on the swine, nigga. They ain't gonna know it's unclean. You gonna know they do unclean things. No Christians allowed, man. No Christians allowed, man. Body don't die. Hey, I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gonna spread that UBK and tell them devils feel my sorrow. Try to rob me from my check, nigga. Better not break them laws, you know that's death, nigga. What if the Lord took you out your flesh, nigga? Fucking with them prophets, you get less, nigga. In the belly of the beast, I am all about my butter. Got the jelly with the wheat. Niggas know it ain't sweet though. Like a piece of roll, you can feel the heat though. Young Dooley that'll call me the ski. Said the Lord gonna deal with you for that shit. He mad. He mad as hell about that swag, man. I need to read that nigga some scriptures. Read him a few scriptures on the swine, nigga. They ain't gonna know it's unclean. You gonna know they do unclean things. No Christians allowed, man. No Christians allowed, man. Body don't die. Hey, I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gonna spread that UBK and tell them devils feel my sorrow. Try to rob me from my check, nigga. Better not break them laws, you know that's death, nigga. What if the Lord took you out your flesh, nigga? Fucking with them prophets, you get less, nigga. In the belly of the beast, I am all about my butter. Got the jelly with the wheat. Niggas know it ain't sweet though. Like a piece of roll, you can feel the heat though. Young Dooley that'll call me the ski though. I'm sliding on them cold as a Minnesota winter. I survive it on them like the Eskimos. Yes, you know the natives be the brothers. Shout out to the Haitians, we above them. Cause Levi be the nation, motherfucker. Every time I got them on, I got them hating, motherfucker. I don't put no Pradas on, that's that devil wear. Every time you see me with that metal, boy, it's Everclear. Strong like electric chair. Niggas feel that fire. Niggas getting shot when I talk what they desire. But everything was prior. Them prophecies is coming out. Them niggas get to running when them trumpets get to drumming out. Screw why? Hey, I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gonna spread that UBK and tell them devils feel my sorrow. Try to rob me from my check, nigga. Better not break them laws, you know that's death, nigga. What if the Lord took you out your flesh, nigga? Fucking with them prophets, you get less, nigga.
I'm just trying to do what a motherfucking prophet do. Why you trying to stop the dude? If this is not the truth, would I die for a lie? Hell nah, I never do. I'ma die for the truth. This is what I'm telling you. Hoping that your mind bulletproof for what they telling you. Hoping you ain't buying all the lies they been selling you. Never knew all the fucking fake shit they grabbing do. Bet they run when the news come like the rapping do. We on the grind trying to help these Jews find they mind. They stole our Jews, but we still gon' shine. Our brothers gon' locked up. All they doing is time. I can't wait until the devil gotta pay for his crimes.
Hey, I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gon' spread that UPK and tell them devils feel my sorrow. Try to rob me for my check, nigga. Bet not break them laws, you know that Steph, nigga. What if the Lord took you out your flesh, nigga? Fucking with them prophets, you get less, nigga.
Hey, Shalom Israel. Shout out to my man, Officer Yawasop, out there in the Bay. You understand with that song, Sorrows, man. He always dropping hardcore music. Yeah, I mean, check him out, Officer Yawasop, out there in the Bay, Cali area right now. You know what I mean? Hey, Shalom Israel. You know what time it is? Take Ground Radio. Take Ground Breakdown, Matrix Session time. Today is straight Matrix Session. Then we're going to end it with some late night relationship advice like usual. Matrix Sessions, man. Wake up from the Matrix. Get right from the Most High. Matrix Sessions is basically my obsession. Not my obsession, but, the Lord's obsession with causing World War III on the earth. You understand? World War III is going to happen. All the nations conglomerate together are going to fight a major war. All right. Give me 1 second. Like I said, all the nations, they're going to fight in thermonuclear warfare. All right. Get the scriptures. All right. Let me get the scriptures. But first, before I get the scriptures on that, I want to start with this read about what's going on. Part of Take Ground, the Matrix Sessions is we're going to get into these secret societies. Okay. There is a thing called secret societies, these fraternal orders and whatnot. The way the world is today, a lot of them are not as secret as they would like to be. Okay. But they are these fraternal orders of police and governors and government entities or whatnot. People who are parts of the governments, you know what I mean, who are part of conspiracies of embezzlement, cover-ups, lies, deceit against the people. And when I say the people, I mean blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. ISUBK is not big into conspiracy theories. All right, we're big on the truth. The truth of the matter is the United States government, the federal government, you understand? The powers that be are colluded against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. And not just the powers that be of America. All these nations are confederate against the black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. All these nations. So let's get this is an email from a white supremacist group. Don't ask me how I got the email. I don't know how I got the email, but it has tons of dog whistles, tons of messages to a certain set of people who believe in a certain thing. All right. It reads, Trump White House staff not packing. Pentagon not giving Biden defense briefings. Pence can make history. Trump is going to fight. He said a mouthful. What is this devil talking about here? Get the music back going. What is this devil referring to? Trump White House staff not packing. What the government is planning to do, a sect of the government of the oppressor is trying to do. He is trying to go around his own laws and break his own laws in a conspiracy to win the election again. That's what Donald Trump is trying to do. You understand? And he's pushing it, and he's pushing his constituencies to support it. Says Pentagon not giving Biden defense briefings. In this kingdom, they have a transition of power where they give power from one sect of the government to another sect of the government. They call it the Democrat and Republican, the political parties, the right wing and the left wing. Both of them are evil. You understand? The Democrat and Republican, the right and the left, are both evil sects of the American government. Now, one sect of this wicked empire is trying to hold on to power longer than its allotted time according to their rules and their constitution. Let's read some of it. It says, today I am sharing information with you that indicates President Trump is planning to remain in the White House and fight it out. He is planning what would be called a coup. You understand? He's trying to steal power. Both of these forms of the Democrats and Republicans are both wicked as hell. They both have tons of evil plots and plans for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? All right. So give me a sec. First, there is the memo he sent to his White House staff telling them to ignore any directions to begin packing their bags. Second, the Pentagon has stopped providing Joe Biden's team of socialists with defense briefings, citing a 2-week holiday. They're laying out their plan to overthrow the Constitution of the transfer of power. Now, you black, Hispanic, and Native American, what does that mean for you? These are signs of World War III, a global thermonuclear war. You understand? America sits at the top of an empire. You understand? And there's a scripture that lets you know that World War III is close with what's going on here. A house divided cannot stand. If you are the pinnacle of an empire, which America is the pinnacle. That's why on the dollar, they got the pyramids. Because America represents ancient Egypt again in many fashions. That's what the Bible says. And at the top of the pyramid, you have the pinnacle, which is that all-seeing eye, which is the one who's in charge. You understand? America is at the top. If America is divided, that rift It's going to open the door for World War III. You understand? When there's two sides against each other, that's going to open the door for World War III. Make sure you hit that like button, hit that share button. All right. Let me play one more song real quick. I'm going to finish sharing it around everywhere. And that's what's going on. All right.
Don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. Who I be? Crime apart, never saw. Break these bitches off. Get one through your stomach, through your damn meal figure. One West, nothing but soldiers and real niggas. Let my ox get ya. Kiss the motherfucking booth and play my picture. If you ain't an Israelite, then I don't fuck with you. Passing flyer through the bar, baby, you can take a picture. When they see us at the mall and we breaking down shit. Do it for the 12 tribe blood of an Israelite. When them devils start to die, we gon' ride. Blessed by the Most High, we gon' break the sky. When them white babies run, throw them off in the fire. Bury me a motherfucking priest when I die. UPK One West, you know that's the lie. Fuck the other side, we don't fuck with you. Cop, get the order and we gon' take ground. UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah. UPK, don't forget it. One West, I'm living, yeah. This for all my niggas, brothers and sisters, yeah. Feeling unstoppable, cause you know the Lord is with you, yeah. Breaking down scripture, that's the only motherfucking mission, yeah.
All right, we back. Okay, we back. All right, just had to share that thing, share the class around. Okay, so yeah, so back to the what we was talking about here. All right, the powers that be are they may not see it yet, they might not understand it, but what's going on with the global economy as well is what's going to drive World War III. The global economy is crashing. The global economy is being destabilized by the Lord. Okay, and through that destabilization, nations will buck up to fight the power, the head power, and the head power will seek to fight to try to restore balance, its form of balance. You understand? Its form of balance, which is it being the all-powerful top of the empire. That's what America represents, the top of the empire. Okay, the military arm of this empire. And what you seeing with the government, I'm gonna read more. What you're seeing with the government is, it can get very, very bad, which is obviously what the Lord wants. Okay, Let me finish sharing sharing it around. All right. See, because when nations need money, especially a nation who's full of war in the beast when the beast wants to devour, it gets hungry, it will act like a beast and it will devour, which means America is seeking to devour to get its resources back how they were before and better. Who will they devour? They're going to devour you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American. And they may devour anything weaker as well. That's where these other nations are going to feel the sting. Look what Donald Trump did. At the beginning of this year, 2020, he attacked Iran. The beast attacked Iran. Killed its top general, or one of its top generals. I forgot his name. Hassan. I forgot his name. Okay, but they attacked and killed one of Iran's top generals. Iran is one of the major enemies of America, and it will continue to be a major enemy of America, even into World War III. See, most people think Iran is like Iraq or something, or Afghanistan. You know, Iran is a lot more stronger of a nation than Iraq was. Okay, and Iran has backing. Iran has oil. Iran is connected with Russia. So let's get back to the read about the government trying to Donald Trump trying to extend his stay in the White House and keep hold of power. All right, because at the end of the day, what is the power over? To rule over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's what they want power over. They want power over Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's the ultimate goal. Washington. Biden transition and top Pentagon officials at odds over canceled briefings. See, they have meetings. I call them briefings. They have these meetings in the White House where they give over top secret information when a new president comes in. When a new administration comes in, you have to pass them top secret information from the last presidency and from what's important for them to know. You're worried about secret societies and conspiracies. When the Pentagon meets with this new administration, it's a continuation of a secret society and a conspiracy, because the Pentagon holds a lot of the secrets and a lot of the information about Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Okay? The Pentagon has all that information, all those records. Really, the man who holds all the information is a man who has a lot of power. The Pentagon is a very powerful entity when it comes to the ruling of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. See, this is not really a country per se. This is a big slave plantation. This is a huge factory that we're in. That's why I say it's the Matrix. It's time to wake up. You are nothing but a battery for the system. And what's that system? That's what the Pentagon holds, that information of the system. You understand? What keeps this thing going? What keeps America going? Why do you think America's got all these riches? Because you, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, because you are the battery that's fueling this place, man. And when you wake up, you detach yourself from fueling this wicked empire. All right. So, Biden transition and top Pentagon officials at odds over canceled briefings. Now, that information that the Pentagon has to pass over to Joe Biden's team is important information about what they are going to do with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. The numbers, you understand? The numbers. That's what the Pentagon holds. The Pentagon holds the numbers, man. How many black men is in jail? How many black men is doing this? How many black men are this and that? And what they're going to do? What's their plans? How are we going to destroy black men again? How are we going to keep Hispanic numbers down? All that stuff is handled in these briefings that they go over. You understand? Who we going to attack? All right. Tensions between President-elect Joe Biden's transition team and political appointees at the Pentagon erupted on Friday over acting Defense Secretary Christopher Miller's abrupt decision Thursday to cancel transition team meetings with Pentagon officials for the rest of the year. You understand? It means till January. I'm gonna go down one, but a spokesperson for the Biden transition team said that no such mutual agreement had ever existed. They want that information so they can rule. They know that information that the Pentagon has is crucial in controlling and manipulating and enslaving blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's why that's so important. That's why that meeting is important. All right. See, this is all about power over blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You are the chosen people of the Lord. You are the most important thing. That's why when this kingdom went into shutdown mode, see, this kingdom's like a computer. Like I said, it's like a factory, like a warehouse, like a plantation. When it went into shutdown mode, only the most critical functions, only the most critical pieces were still in play. They called them what? Essential workers. Essential workers. What do you think they meant when they said you are an essential worker? Means you are one of the crucial components to make this computer or to make this system run and function. They always talk about, oh, the CEOs, they so big, they so important, they drive the culture of the company, and the CEOs is this, and they the movers and shakers. They ain't the fucking movers and shakers. The movers and the shakers are the fucking ants, the batteries, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. They're the movers and the shakers. And whoever controls them controls the world. You understand? Whoever controls blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans controls the world. Look at ancient Egypt. What do you think? That's why they have Freemasons. This kingdom was founded by Freemasons. What did Freemasons study? Freemasons studied architecture. Freemasons studied buildings. And what was the chief architectures and buildings that they studied? Was from ancient Egypt. Go to the capital of America, Washington, D.C. Pyramid. obelisks. You understand? Signs, streets, roads. The way that a city is set up is just like ancient Egypt, because they studied ancient Egypt and how ancient Egypt became so powerful. And that society, that secret society, that's why a lot of times they secret societies then, but they're not secret societies now, because people done found out about them. The Freemasons haven't been a secret. The Freemasons been everywhere. They got lodges and things all over the world. They're not hiding, but they are hiding. They're hiding in plain sight. They're hiding in plain sight. So back to what we was going into. When this system shut down and went into power save mode, that's what it was. That's what the lockdown was. It was a computer going into power save mode. And what is power save mode? It means only the most primary functions are still on. So when you turn it back on, it can resume from where it left off, because the primary functions kept it alive, kept it afloat, kept it awake, kept the information going. The primary functions were you, black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man. You were the primary functions that kept this place afloat. That was you. That was us. The Lord's chosen people. We were still required to work to keep this place afloat. Okay? Let's get more. This is talking about Pence. GOP lawmaker sues to give Pence exclusive authority to overturn election results. They're trying to overturn the election. But I'm gonna tell you now, it's all leading up to World War III. Let's get more. What's it said? 3,800 people are gone today in America. Coronavirus. Coronavirus is breaking records. See, most people think that America and the white man came up with the coronavirus to make some harebrained scheme or whatnot. That's not true. The coronavirus came from the Lord. Okay? The Lord, he heals and he kills and he makes alive. That's why this kingdom wasn't ready and prepared for the coronavirus. This kingdom was about to be overthrown and overturned by white militia groups, because they weren't prepared for this coronavirus. Who's Jonah? Jonah, a devil. Look, that's a suit. Look at that. That's a suit. That's what you call a suit. A devil. He says, TF you talking about, bruh? See, he don't want what's being discussed to be discussed. That what makes America great and makes America run is blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He likes to think that it's because his ingenuity and his people's grit and fighting and science and all that ain't what make this place run. That's not what make this place great. If it wasn't for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans here, this place would be just like damn Latvia or Lithuania or some damn Yugoslavia place or some damn Slavic country. Look at them countries that are all white. So he don't like what we're talking about, that we are the important people, that we are the ones that this kingdom hates. If you have any questions, go ahead and type them in. All right. All right, I'm gonna go down to the end of this article. Go down to the end of it, or this newsletter. It is time to prove you won by the greatest landslide in American political history. It's talking about Donald Trump. Only the military under your command can be trusted to carry out their duty to follow your orders in protecting and defending the U.S. Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic. Command them to do their duty for you and the American people. See, you hear that term a lot. All enemies, foreign and domestic. Donald Trump is planning a coup of the United States government. That ain't seen as a foreign or domestic threat. The foreign and domestic threats, the domestic threat they talking about is you, Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans. You are the domestic threat. Out of anything that goes on in this empire, the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans have to be oppressed. America's boot has to be on our necks for this thing to work. Without that, you have nothing. America has nothing. The presidency has nothing unless their boot is on Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans' necks. If we were to do with our resources like the Asian community does, or the Arab community, or any of these other immigrant communities, this country would fall. Okay, that's why the Israelite School of UPK is the biggest threat to America's white supremacy in its rule. We are the only entity that teaches Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to not kill each other and kill our brothers and come together. We are the only ones stopping the abortions. You know how much money America makes through the abortions? They selling fetuses across the world. They have cornered the market on fetuses, man, on dead babies, dead Black, Hispanic, and Native American babies. They in there in the labs, growing their body parts, running tests. They take the aborted baby and take the heart and grow the heart in the lab and give a motherfucker a heart transplant over there in Israel. They should take a Black man and take all his organs and sell those organs over there to Israel, to Palestine, to China, to Asia, to Europe. We are the commodity, man. As long as we stay asleep, following this American culture, America will continue to rule the world. only way to stop it, to stop this evil empire, is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to come into the Israelite School of UPK, follow Commander General Yohana. He's the last hope. You had the chosen one. Commander General Yohana is the one. He's the one that we have to follow. He's the one the Lord chose through the Israelite School of UPK. See, that's too hard to believe. You rather believe it's something else that's going to be the answer. Oh, that's not the answer. The answer is One West, is the Israelite School of UPK. Because when World War III gets here, it's on. When World War III gets here, it is on. Let me pull a couple scriptures. Oh, let me see. Let me read a little bit more, actually. Command them to do their duty for you and the American people. He's talking about, in this letter, this is treasonous. In this letter I'm reading from Dr. Ignatius Piazza, founder and director of Front Sight Firearms Training Institute in Nevada, from Nevada. He's writing a treasonous email to thousands, maybe even millions of people, of Trump supporters. What he doesn't know is that the only power that's going to stop America's total power is the power of the Israelite School UPK of teaching blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans to keep the law, statute, commandments of the Most High. That is the answer. Let's read more of this thing. That's why I said they talking about threats, foreign and domestic. They don't give a damn about no domestic threats. They only care about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. You're the only domestic threat. Will your actions create the greatest amount of civil unrest we have seen in our lifetimes? Absolutely yes. We did not win our freedom from British tyranny or free men, women, and children from slavery, or save the world from Nazi and Japanese aggression because we were afraid of confronting violence. These white militia groups are going fucking insane. They really believe in starting some type of war on American soil. Look what just happened on Christmas. Jonah, where you at? He ain't nothing but a bot. He was in the chat on YouTube. He said this ain't nothing but a bot right here. He ain't even probably a real person. You understand? Oh, he's probably a real person, but just a fake profile. Because what the hell you doing watching black YouTube at 10:40 at night? Unless you were sent. You understand? So let's get back to what we're talking about. Look what happened in Christmas. They had foiled up another plot earlier this year of a white militia group that was going to kidnap a congressman out in Michigan somewhere and hold her in ransom. They had a safe set up and everything, and hold her at ransom till she would lose the election and their man would get in on the election. Talking about secret societies, the white militia groups are the secret societies, are the conspiracies theorists. Are not the conspiracy theorists, the ones doing conspiracies, plotting. Okay, they stay plotting right here in this email sent to tons of people. And this is a popular gun group. All right, you have the U.S. military, National Guard, reserves, law enforcement, and the citizen patriots of Trump's army at your side, waiting for your orders. But the FBI and the CIA and all the government agencies, the terrorist agencies, they're not going to see that as a terrorist threat. Because the only real threat to the society, it isn't from these white militia groups. It isn't from gun groups. The only real threat that they consider a threat is you, black man. Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. You are the greatest threat. Whether you know it or not, you are the greatest threat. The scripture says the kingdom of heaven is within you. What is the Lord talking about? In every black man is the propensity to join his people together and he to become a leader of his people, man. For the Lord. For the Most High God. And within every black man is the seed of future leaders for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. See, the problem is we don't have the right leaders. Commander Johanna is the leader. All the other leaders, they don't want true freedom and liberty. They don't want to actually get free of the oppressor. They are paid by the oppressor to keep us in oppression. Keep us in oppression. Al Sharpton, Jesse Jackson. You think those are actual black leaders? You actually think they care for the black, Hispanic, and Native American cause and plight? Think they're prepared to do anything of substance about it? No. You were thinking wrong. It's the black man who's on the bottom that scares the white man the most. Because the black man on the bottom, what does he have to lose? And there's always the words of Christ's prophecy. The meek shall inherit the earth. That's the prophecy that Christ spoke. And the people on the top, the white race, they know the meek is you, black, Hispanic, and Native American man. They know that's talking about you. You in the ghettos, in the barrios, in the reservations. A movement from you that's serving the Most High will cripple everything in this society. Will cripple it. A powerful movement from blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans will cripple this society. And this is that powerful movement, the Israelite School of UPK. Because we will teach our people to stop murdering and killing and stop smoking the drugs that's making this kingdom rich. Oh yeah. Yeah, we make this kingdom rich. We make this kingdom rich. You know how much drug money America gets? Oh, you don't know the game, do you? You don't know how the game works. This is how the drug game works. You have the drug traffickers. Okay? You have the drug traffickers and the people who produce the drugs. That's in a lot of the South American countries. That's where the South American countries get their cut. They are part of America too. They're just South America. Yeah. I know you thought it was all different countries. It's not. It's all one empire. You thought North America, Central America, and South America were different. No, they're all one. Okay? South America this is the drugs. I ain't talking about food, plants, or nothing else coming out of South America. I'm talking about just drugs. That's the South America. That's that part of this empire. So they're making the drugs. And you have people in America paying money and people in Europe paying money for the drugs. That's where the South American government gets their cut from the drug money, from the drug cartels in their countries, making the drugs, producing the drugs. They come in, take the drug money, take the equipment, take all the things, destroy it, and then let a new cartel resurrect some new drug things so they can get the money again. See, that's the problem with Pablo Escobar and Noriega. They were too powerful. Where they were conflicting with the government. The government couldn't shut them down when they wanted to. They were too powerful. That's why Pablo Escobar was in a war with the Colombian government. Not Colombian people, the Colombian government. Because the Colombian government wasn't getting their cut. Okay? And it was becoming a problem. Because Pablo Escobar's power was usurping the government itself. So all the South American governments get their cut from the cartels. Okay? From seizures, raids. You have a cartel of, let's say you have a cartel of 50 members. They buy cars and Bentleys and pay people all over the place in their country. When the government finally clamps down, they seize all that. They seize the money, the mansions, the cars, the clothes, the guns, all of that. Millions of dollars in seizures the government takes, and that's an influx in the governments down there. You don't know how it works. You're thinking it's a war against drugs. It ain't a war against drugs. The war against drugs is just a cover for them to get all the drug money they want from the people cartels. All right. So that's their portion. They send the drugs up to America. Okay. America taxes them for sending the drugs up. What's the tax? How they tax them? The border patrols. Let's say 100%. You have 100% of the drugs that are coming across the borders. The government may tax 10%, 10 to 15%, which means the government will seize 10 to 15%, maybe more. Maybe it's even a higher cut. I'm being gracious. It may be a 20, 25% cut of money and drugs. Money and drugs. When the money is going across the border or going through the banks, America says, oh, this is illegal drug money. Thank you very much. Take that off your hands. $100 million influx into the United States government. You understand? It's that easy. And where they get that $100 million from? From the ghetto. From the blacks who on the corners selling crack rocks and smoking crack rocks. That's where they get the 100 million government. And that 100 million just came from the black man who's stuck on drugs. That's why when you wake up and you get off those drugs, it's a problem. Because you're messing with the flow of America's income. That's how the game works. Everybody's getting their cut. South America's getting their taxing. America's taxing. And then when you in America with the drugs, America arrests you, fine you, lawyers, court costs, fees, injunctions, indictments, forfeitures. They taking all that and throwing it in the American stash and stockpile, and then they're gonna go and auction it off for millions more. That's how the empire works. It works together against blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. We are pawns in their game. That's why we tell you it's time to wake up. You are the battery of it for this kingdom. It's time to wake up. So when we wake up, this kingdom won't have its great power. When we come into the Israelite school of UPK, we cripple this kingdom. That's another brother off crack. That's another sister off crack, off drugs, off weed, off marijuana. Okay? So that's how it works. Let's read if there's any more on this read right here. So it says, we all stand ready, willing, and able to assist you in making the toughest, most important decision you must make on January 6th. That's when Trump is supposed to pass over power to Biden. And I personally stand ready to assist you in any manner you wish. You, sir, were born for this moment in history. Take your rightful position in history, make your rightful decision, and rightfully shape the future of our country for generations to come. See? There's a couple things he said in that last sentence that mean a lot. All right? He says, take your rightful position, make your rightful decision, and rightfully shape the future of our country. Why he kept saying rightfully? Rightfully. He's speaking in code. It's simply decipherable code, but he's talking about the right. The Republicans. Okay? The right. That's why he kept saying rightfully. See, it's not for us to get involved with voting. Voting is a scheme and a scam. You understand? It is a way that the rich and powerful monopolize the power. Have you ever noticed? Only a person who's either with the Democratic Party or the Republican Party can seriously contend for presidency. How come a third party cannot seriously contend for presidency? Because it's a damn plot and a scheme by the rich and powerful. All you who worried about conspiracies, voting is a damn conspiracy. Voting means nothing. Voting means nothing. All right. I'm gonna check if there's any questions on Facebook. But that's it on that. I'm gonna get a couple scriptures and call it a night. That's why it's called Matrix Sessions, because it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up the people to the truth. When I say people, I mean you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American man only. You are the people that it matters if you're awake or asleep or not. You are people that this kingdom depends on to be asleep. All right. Ain't got much questions online. But yeah, all these events are going to lead up and are leading up to World War III. A destabilized America is exactly what Russia wants. Yeah, you can't forget Russia. Gog and Magog. That's in the prophecy. They are prophesied to be the enemies of America in World War III. a destabilized America is perfect for Russia, because a destabilized America means America is making less money and less moves against Russia. Russia, yeah, they're making moves over there. They just, Turkey just started on a pipeline that's going to lead across the, I think it's the Black Sea. I think it's the Black Sea. I have to double check which sea it was. It is. I mean, they're working on a pipeline that's going to go straight through the water to bring oil in and out even faster, so they can be more independent with oil. They're making moves on the other side of the globe. While this pandemic is going on, they're making moves. Best believe. You can bet your bottom dollar that. All right. Let me get one scripture, one or two scriptures. We're gonna call it a night. Psalms 37. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Psalms 37. This is part of the scriptures that let them know. This is why when the police shoot and kill a black man on the streets, it's not because, they think black men are not dangerous. No, they are very much afraid of the power of the black man, Hispanic man, and Native American man. That's why they shoot him, because they know this man is powerful, and in and through these people, they will fall. Psalms 37 and 9. Sign Christ. For evildoers shall be cut off. All right. But those that wait upon the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. The oppressor knows he is the evildoer. And these in prophecies and scriptures like this make him deadly afraid. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. What is that talking about? That's talking about kingdoms like America. In a little while, this kingdom will not be. It will be wiped off the face of the earth through thermonuclear warfare. Verse 11. But the meek shall inherit the earth. This is the scriptures. When the prophecies that say the meek shall inherit the earth, the oppressor that does know what's going on, he knows that prophecy is talking about you, black, Hispanic, and Native American, man, woman, and child. Yeah, he has code. He says, oh, the rightfully. We got Israelite prophecies have codes too. The meek is talking about blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who follow the Most High. And it says we will inherit the earth. That's what they're afraid of. That's what they don't want to see. That's the day of reckoning, the day of judgment for them. The wicked plotteth against the just, and gnasheth upon him with his teeth. This is a part right here. The Lord shall laugh at him, for he seeth that his day is coming. Yeah, Mr. White Man, oppressor, your day is coming. And it's coming faster than ever. That's why you're in a turmoil. Verse 14, the wicked have drawn out the sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy. Poor and needy. Who is that? Who they say always trying to get a handout? That's the needy. Who they say is deadbeat dads and poor and this and that? That's the poor. Talking about you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American man. And to slay such as be of upright conversation. That's us who's in the truth. They seek to slay us. Okay? They seek to slay Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. All right? This is the part that lets you know that they're going to be destroyed. Verse 15. Their sword shall enter into their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. What they plan to do to us is going to happen to them. All right? Their sword is going to enter into their own heart. They're going to die by their own weapons, man. That's World War III. That's the thermonuclear war. So much to go into. Matrix Sessions is so much to cover in all these Matrix Sessions. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing these. We're going to do these in a couple days back to back. You understand? Today, tomorrow, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Every day except Monday, Thursday right now. Lord will. Right now, we're going to stay with a couple Matrix Sessions so our brothers and sisters who are trying to wake up and wake up out the Matrix can get the groundwork of what's going on and what's the future holds and what the scripture is talking about what's going to happen to America, about how it's going to be destroyed, and when. The prophecies, when they're going to unfold. Because they're unfolding right in front of our eyes. It's been Take Ground Radio, Matrix Session. Get right with the Most High. We only got a little bit of time left before this empire is done. Okay? Only got a little bit of time left before this kingdom spirals down into a downward spiral that never going to return. Get right with the Most High. Get with the brothers. Israelite School UPK, www.isubk.com. Get with the brothers. Learn the truth. Repent. Time is at hand. With that said,
a motherfucking priest, yeah. The word we teach from the west to the south to the north to the east, yeah. Got on my accolades, focus on my echo beats. Sipping the song and we beat, soldiers we out in the streets. When will they bury me? No willing I be a priest. Salam my eye on the team. Duplicate know what I mean. We get inside by police. Dying off in these streets, my people killing it, eat, stealing it ain't no peace. Teaching we setting up zones, devil just leave me alone. Jannah Johanna then gave me a home, I put in work for the throne. I wish you across the line, please let me take ground. Won't flash straight round, won't ready stand down. Young nigga preach. Me a motherfucking priest, yeah. The word we teach from the west to the south to the north to the east, yeah. God on my eyes with me. Posted your more echo piece. Sipping the strong and with these soldiers we out in the streets. Young nigga preach, bury me a motherfucking priest, yeah. The word we teach from the west to the south to the north to the east, yeah. God on my eyes with me. Sipping the strong and we feast, soldiers we out in the streets. One West. You niggas don't make me sweat. One West. These niggas don't want no flex. One West. These niggas ain't built for the stress. One West. Pull out the yapper, get wet. One West. You niggas ain't wrestle with your flesh. One West. Gorilla niggas bang on their chest. One West. Drop the fucking line, get checked. One West. Why you wanna lose your breath? One West. You niggas don't make me sweat. One West. You niggas don't want no flex. One West. You niggas ain't built for the stress. One West.